most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Hales Corners Sim Racing Series. Back here at Fairbury this week. Pro late models out on the track. 23 drivers checked in for tonight's event. This is round number 2 for our pro late models into this series. Joining me in the booth, as always, for the late model portion of the show, going to be Zach Krieger. Zach, good evening.
Good evening to you, Roger.
Well, 23 drivers out here, and I see Jacob Crawford quickest in practice right now. He's had some bad luck for a couple of weeks, and we will see if he can get back to his winning ways. What do you think? Has he got a good shot tonight?
Well, I mean, there's really only two people right now that I have my eye on, and that's going to be Jacob Crawford and Cole Duggar. They put on such a great show at Cedar Lake last time out here in the late models that you just got to keep an eye on those. They're going to be the biggest, probably, threat for a fight, but you got to look at guys as well. Peter Reese, JJ Schilling, Randy Brunner, they're all up there in the times right now, so it's definitely going to be an interesting night. Fairbury a lot more different than Cedar Lake, so could play to someone else's driving skills better than somebody else.
Yeah, seems like, Cole Duggar, since he has come back pretty much full-time in the series, has started to make his presence felt again in this series, and he is always a threat to go up there and challenge for a win. JJ Schilling seems to be quick tonight. Peter Brees kind of, showing that improvement, little strides here, little stride there, and now quick tonight in, pre-race practice, but with 23 cars in here, anything can and normally does happen. If it's anything like last week, track gets slick down here in 1 and 2. These guys were spinning out their stuff. I'm used to 3 and 4 being Calamity Corner at this track, but last week it was turned 1 and 2, and I'm hoping we don't see the same thing this week.
Definitely not, but, Fairbury, a small track, it's still early on in the season, so everybody still might be getting used to driving around each other, It's definitely going to be an interesting thing to say the least, but like you said, last week in the street stocks, just very interesting runs from everybody. The order, I will admit, even though I finished 7th, the order was very shook up, and definitely potentially going to see something like that again. Fairbury is quite like that in producing, upsets in a sense.
All right, well, it is time to jump down trackside and get our pre-race ceremonies out of the way. When we come back, we'll be into qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, back from opening ceremonies. Thank you to the Foley boys, and we will get out here. We are going to jump right on Tyler Goodwin's car. First car to hit the racing surface as qualifying has begun. Notably absent this evening, and I just saw a message a second ago from him. Drake Hartzell not here. Said he is having electronic issues and that his car is not going to participate this evening. So that's unfortunate for him, but hopefully he'll get everything fixed and be back right now. Jacob Crawford, quickest in qualifying, 11.929. Tyler Goodwin, just a little slower than that, and that gets bumped by Cole Duggar. We're going to get around here. We're going to check out Duggar as he is coming around to finish his second timed lap. Did not improve enough, but did improve. He stays second on the board at a 987. So our top two under the 12-second bracket. And things look like they're going to shape up to be a pretty competitive evening if the top five in times are any indication.
Definitely two drivers only in the 11.9 so far, Cole Duggar and Jacob Crawford. But we can see Reed Rundle having to put a lap down still. Rundle, his first lap cross line, 12.492. That's going to put him about mid-pack. Second lap, see what Rundle has. Good 1 and 2. See if he can get a good 2 and 3. He does indeed. Gets it straightened off. Through corner to the line. Rundle not going to improve. Actually, no time. I think he may have had a little bit of a wall tap there. So that means Rundle going to have to start from the middle of the pack.
Yeah, we spread out for heats here. Rundle could be the beneficiary of the redraw. I think they invert the front four, and he could be the beneficiary of a poor qualifying effort turning into a fantastic starting spot in one of the heats. We will have to wait and see. Right now, Jacob Crawford putting a stamp on the night, said, hey, I'm here. Hopefully things are going to turn around. Now you guys are going to have to come and catch me to beat me.
Definitely, he's going to be one of the ones to watch, but you gotta, like I said, you gotta give a shout out to Cole Duggar. He's going to be pretty close, and even Tyler Goodwin, Goodwin up in just the 12 flats, and Rob Warren as well, so it's going to be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, Ryan Fisher's just making a few laps here. I think he's trying to get acclimated to running the top of this place, and there's a very fine line there. You go too far, you get the car into the fence. We saw a lot of it with the sprinters here over the weekend, the 410 guys last night, and we saw several cars get into the fence with the right rear. The big body car is a little bit more forgiving, but we will just have to see how that works out. Let's get ready to go down here. And oops, not there. We're going to go here. And we're going to get ready to run through our Central Services starting lineup. On the pole for heat number 1, the Shark RC Car Bodies number 112 from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, Chris Johnson. And on his outside in the B-Hull Performance number 70 from Greendale, Wisconsin, that's J.J. Schilling. Your second row inside, the Crawford Flooring 1525 Motorsports number 25 of Rob Warren. He's out of Riddett, Illinois. And on his outside, in the Milkman Designs 1525 Motorsports number 2 from Dakota, Illinois, is your quick qualifier for the evening, Jacob Crawford. Third row inside, the Pincala Auto Solutions number 41 out of Oak Creek, Wisconsin, of Ryan Fisher. And to his outside, starting in position number 6, the Central Services Company Incorporated number 22 from Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's with Nate Sievert. And your back row on the inside, the 88 of Bo Ambos, and on the outside, the 117 of Jim Butcher.
Big names here in the heat. We're going to see the pace truck make his way on to the safety of the small pit in area in the infield.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag out here. Heat number 1, Schilling, a great start. Johnson going to pull up beside him. Jason going to have the momentum out of corner. Schilling moves up into the first spot on the straightaway.
Oh, a lot of contact. Crawford's going to pay the price on that.
Oh. As well in the first corner, another hit. And we got some spinning in the back.
Yeah, that was Chris Johnson, and Johnson immediately takes it to the infield, but I think maybe Ambos has a problem here. Let's jump in and take a look at what happened to the 88 car. He got a little sideways in 1 and 2. Yeah, right there, he bumps the fence. That's turns 1 and 2. And then there's car spinning in front of him, and he gets down here and just has it pounded into the fence. Butcher was in it. Johnson was in it. That's why Johnson went to the infield. So a lot of contact. We said it last week. On these very small tracks, you are going to see guys rubbing fenders. There's going to be a little touching, but that is part of short track racing. And here in the heats, These guys already bending metal and breaking things.
Definitely. So it's going to be interesting here on the restart. Gonna have about 9-10 laps to go. It's going to make it very interesting to see who's going to be able to pull and get away. Pace truck making his way back to pit road. Ooh, don't know what's going on there in the pack. Some contact between Nate Sievert and couldn't see who that other car was. Green flag back out here in the heat, shilling a great restart. He's
That
gonna
was
pull
Ryan
right.
Fisher.
It may have been. Shilling, though, a great jump. Rob Warren right behind him. Oh, Crawford and Fisher get together. That's going to allow Sievert to make the move now into 4th place. Sievert on the bottom, but Crawford has momentum up top. Oh, Fisher again getting into it with... Oh, the 88 car's going to be Ambrose, and Ambrose up on his side manages to get it back on its wheels. We go yellow again.
Yeah, Ambrose is not having fun here tonight at Fairbury in the late model. You can see a lot of damage already. Bumps the fence there in 1 and 2. Bumps the fence coming out of turn 2. Car's out of shape. Yeah, you don't want to be there for sure. You're going to get the right front to go up on the wall, and that's going to lift the car up and slide it down the left side. Whole front end is missing from this thing. So they got a lot of work when they get him back to pit road there in between heats and consies to put the 88 car back together. But it looks like this might be a war of attrition tonight. Where's Dean Wallach at tonight?
I am unsure.
See his name in our chat, but I did not see his name on my list of drivers. So
Dean!
Everybody watching on YouTube, and he said hi in the chat, and I don't know where the 126 car is at actually.
Who knows, unfortunately for Dean. But we're going back green, shilling again, another really good restart. It's kind of interesting. The 2nd place car, who was supposed to have their Rob Warren, kind of held back, so it almost looked like a
Delaware start.
Yeah, which is very interesting, but
3 wide out of 4, and they're going to single file that down the front stretch and into 1 and 2. Right now, it is all shilling out in front. Rob Warren giving chase. Nate Sievert is settled into 2nd. That was taken away at the line, but I don't know if it's going to hold. Yes, it is, and Sievert, after the slider contact, that's going to spin out the 41 machine of Ryan Fisher. We'll go back and check this out. You can see this coming. It's right in front of Fisher. We're on Fisher's car. You watch the 2 cars right in front. The orange and yellow and the black and white car right there with the green trim. Slider from Crawford. Sievert just goes right up under the back. And then when Sievert tried to cut down, it got into the right rear of the 41 machine, and he ends up against the outside wall. And he'll be starting at the back to finish this one out with about 4 laps to go. So we're on about our 3rd caution in heat number 1, and things are getting a little hectic.
Definitely chaos already. Looking about 3 cautions out in this going, but gonna see everybody start to get back together. Crawford gonna move to the back of the line, taps out there. Pace truck pulls in. We're gonna have a single file restart this time by see if
Why is
that
Crawford
works.
at the back?
I think he tapped out for something.
I had to assume that's what it was. As we go back to green, I had to assume that that's what Crawford went to the back for, because he felt like that might have been his fault with a, kind of a little bit of a short park slider. But on the restart, Schilling back to the front. Rob Warren to 2nd. Nate Sievert keeps his spot in 3rd. Bo Ambos, who started off having a terrible night, he's got that torn up number 88 sitting in 4th right now. Ryan Fisher, Jacob Crawford, Jim Butcher, as Chris Johnson retired early in this one. We're down to 2 laps to go, and it is all Schilling right now.
And JJ Schilling getting a very good position to get on that restart and go. White flag out here in heat number 1. Small challenge for the final transfer spot between Ambrose and Fisher. Looks like it's going to be Bo Ambrose getting the job done. He'll make the auto transfer. Crawford, Fisher, and the 117 of Jim Butcher having to go to the B main as well, along with Chris Johnson.
Yeah. So let's get ready to run through the Central Services starting lineup for heat race number 2 on the pole. Newcomer to the series, and I know this is Cole's dad, Kip Duggar, in the 48 machine. And on his outside, in the Pride of Tosa Brunner Brothers, number 64, from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, that's Randy Brunner. Your second row inside, the 19 of Sean Judson. And on his outside, the UDTV Brent Spates, Team Outlaw Motorsports, number 11, from St. Louis, Missouri, of Cole Duggar. Third row inside, there's the guy we were talking about during qualifying, Reed Rundle. He's in the Central Services Mueller's number 43. He's from Oxford, Michigan. He starts inside row 3, and on the outside of him, the Buddies Racing Equipment I-41 Raceway, number 17, from Slinger, Wisconsin. That's Dean Burnt. And your fourth and final row on the inside, the GB Restoration. Number 77 from East Troy, Wisconsin, of Gary Budzine. And sitting to his outside in the number 10 car, that's the Black Flag Racing entry from West Dallas, Wisconsin, of Tony Ichkowski.
So a good lineup here for heat number 2. They're going to be making their way around. Pace truck going to pull off. Kip Duggar and Randy Brunner on the front row.
Duggar went to the back.
Green flag.
Oh yes,
green
you are
flag.
correct. That is my mistake. So that is going to promote Sean Judson up to the front. Green flag here on heat number 1. And Brunner gets a really good start. He's going to go right away from Judson. And that third place car as well, Cole Duggar in the black and purple car. It's a good start. He's going to be holding down that third spot with Reed Rundle falling back into 4th place. Everybody pretty much glued to the high line. Budzine and Burnt going at it, fighting each other. Your top 4 right now, all somewhat together. Going to see what they can do here.
Yeah, looking like it's going to get single foul pretty quick, but Duggar goes to the high side, tried to get Judson to stay down low. Judson had a run. He's able to hang on to second for the time being, and he's going through the middle. That's going to open things up. That's what you don't want to do, is give up that high side. He does just that. And Cole Duggar says, well, thank you very much. Now I can go try to chase down our leader, see if I can win me a heat race. And if he keeps giving that up, I promise you, that guy in the 43 behind him, Reed Rundle, is going to see that. And he is going to want that direct transfer spot, not have to work through the B, and he will go and take a spot away from Judson as well. But Brunner about to be under fire halfway home in the heat. Brunner struggled out of 4. That gives Duggar the spot as the slide job is coming. There it is right there, and out of 2. Brunner's going to fight back. We're going to be down to the 5 to go mark right here.
Some great fighting for your lead here between Duggar and Brunner. Don't look now, but Sean Judson closing up to the back of them. Well, Judson potentially looking to get involved. Duggar going to throw it down low. Big lunge there from Cole Duggar. Brunner going to turn right back, though, under him. A great run here in your heat race so far. Brunner and Duggar slugging it out, but that's allowed Rundle and Judson in that 4th and 3rd spot, respectively, to start to catch the pack. Started to catch the 2 back. Going to be interesting to see what we have with 2 laps to go at the line.
Yeah, Duggar really trying to put the pressure on, and Brunner had it smooth for a moment. Now, back to sliders. Nope, not enough room in that time, and Brunner's going to get a pretty healthy gap coming to the white flag. Now he just needs to keep the car squared and straight, and he'll transfer straight to the feature. But Duggar not done just yet. Great run through 2. I guarantee you the sliders coming down here in 3 and 4 can't be helped. Oh, lap car might have made him change his mind right there. So Brunner will win it. Duggar will go 2nd, and Judson barely hangs on to come home 3rd. That'll put Rundle, Burnt, Budzine, Kip Duggar, and Tony Ichkowski into the B main. So got exciting, and I think that lap car changed things just a bit for Duggar. It's why he did not go after that slider in 3 and 4. As we get cars lined up, we will start into the Central Services starting lineup for our final heat race of the evening. On the pole, the B-Hull Performance number 32 from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, of Skylar Woods. And on his outside, the KDC Photography number 69 of Scott Bittinger. Your second row inside, the DiscountShopTales.com Black Flag Racing number 74 from Waterford, Wisconsin, of Peter Brees. And on his outside, another 1525 Motorsports entry. It's Tyler Goodwin in the 7 from McChesney Park, Illinois. Your third row, the Skis Graphics B-Hull Performance number 99 from Bayville, Wisconsin, of the man himself, B-Hull. He'll start position number 5, and on his outside, another Brunner brother, He's in the Brunner Brothers Racing number 46 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, John Brunner. And on to the back, the 5 of Colin Skinzalewski. So 7 cars, once again, 12 laps. Our top 3 will go all the way through to the A main and not have to worry about that elimination race that'll be coming up right after this.
I'm actually going to quickly correct you there, Rogers. Top 4 moving on directly to the feature. Green flag out here in heat number 3. And right away on that top, Scott, that's going to be Bittinger. Looking down that top, trying to get the line. He does. We have a new leader here at the end of lap, and Scott Bittinger in the first win, and Woods, your top 3 as well. Back starting to even out, so we got some fighting going on here between Brunner and Hall. Brennan Hall getting a little iffy with Randy Brunner, but he keeps it straight. They are in good spirits after it. 3 laps down, and got some good racing already.
Breeze took a look on the inside of Woods, and the car just kind of stalled out. He couldn't get power to the ground, so he had to give the spot, but he is sitting in that 4th and final transfer spot right now. That is your white and pink car right there on the screen. Bittinger not having any challenge at all out here in front. He's going to complete the first 5 in the lead with Goodwin, Woods, Brees, then Brunner, Hall, and Skinzalewski giving chase. He seems to have this thing well in hand. He's keeping that 69 car set up on the bars, keeping the angle good. He's really getting it through the corners pretty smooth. You consider these guys all running the exact same setup. It is a built setup, but they're all running the exact same one. Being able to keep a car right underneath you is pretty handy when everybody else has an opportunity to run you down and go right by you. Bittinger's starting to stretch it out. We're going to be down to 4 to go. Heat race is almost in the books tonight.
Definitely a move for the 5th spot. Brennan Hall gets past John Brunner. Hall looking a little bit fast. He's going to try to track on the 74 car of Peter Brees with 3 laps to go. See what Hall has in it. But like you said,
he's not going to get there.
definitely. Like you said, everybody's starting to single file out and looking at how the race is going to be with 2 laps to go.
Cars spread out. Nobody close to anybody. This is a big single file type deal with plenty of space around. White flag is in the air. Bittinger looks like he's going to pick up the win pretty easy as long as he can keep it square for 2 more corners. And that looks like that is the simplest thing to do right there for him. So Bittinger wins the final heat. Then Goodwin, Woods, and Brees transfer to Yeh, Hall, Brunner, and Skinzalewski. We'll see them here in just a moment in our B main. Well, it ain't going to take long. All these cars are going to start gridding out, so we'll run through the Central Services starting lineup. Ryan Fisher will start on the pole with Dean Burnt to his outside. Then it's going to be Brandon Hull inside row 2 and Jacob Crawford. Not used to seeing that 2-car come from the B main, but he is going to have to tonight. Gary Budzine will start inside row 3 with Randy Brunner, or John Brunner, excuse me, on the outside. Then Jim Butcher and Kip Duggar in row number 4. And your back row, Colin Skinzalewski and Chris Johnson. I don't see Tony. There's Tony Ichkowski. He jumped onto the grid right at the last second. He will start position number 11. So 11 cars. What are they racing for? 6 spots here, Zach?
8 cars into the feature.
8 cars.
Yeah. Definitely a chance for a lot of these guys to get up into that spot. 3 guys gonna go home. Going to be interesting to see what 3 guys it will be. Some big names here in this B. You know, Dean Burnt, Brennan Hall, Jacob Crawford. Some big names. Gary Budzine, Ryan Fisher as well. So going to be interesting to see who will be able to get it done. Who your 8 that move on to the feature will be.
Well, they'll move the 048 car to the back. So he'll have his work cut out for him. Going to have to pass some or see if a war of attrition happens. Space truck is in the infield, and Ryan Fisher. Dean Burnt out of turn 4. Just wait for that green flag. There it is. We are underway in the B-main, and contact galore at the back of this thing. That may shake some stuff up as everybody kind of getting slow away from. Yeah, they were slow getting away, and I went to the back, and there's a problem. Brandon Hall on the turtle shell. Let's go back. This is right after we start. We'll see what happens here. We were watching the back after all the contact. Fisher found the fence. They got 3, almost 4 wide. Hull was in the middle. Got a little contact, slid across Crawford's nose, and then I don't really think anything Crawford did. I think it was just a product of super tight racing. And Brandon Hull not getting a start in his B main that he was looking for sure.
Definitely going to make it interesting to say the least. Caution going to get extended here, as you know, one of the problems that was faced last week at Fairbury, and I can say from experience, was the pack not being closed up enough coming to green, and for that exact reason we are smart to throw in an extra caution lap. Reed Rundle potentially thinking that the pace truck driver having a little fun before the race, a little tipsy, as driving a little erratically and going a little fast, I would say, but pace truck going to make his way into the safety of the infield. Fisher leads them back to green. We go green once again. Great restart. Ryan Fisher, Jacob Crawford going to be looking. Oh, Burnt spins it in turn 1, and the caution comes out.
Let's go back and watch here. The 17 car is on the outside right there on the restart. Got kind of a late restart. Crawford worked to the inside. He's up in the slick up there. And yeah, just what we saw last week about this time of night. Going into 1. Cars starting to really get loose on the entry into turn 1 and 2. And that led to a lot of cautions last week, with guys entering and looping all on their own. But that's going to change things dramatically. The only car, there comes Brandon Hull back on the track. He's 1 lap down. He's really going to have to work if he is going to get back on the lead lap and get into the top 8. And he's going to have to pray for a little bit of help from some of these guys, I believe. They do not do waves, right?
Correct, no wave around. So Brandon Hull, he's going to need a lot in order to get it done. Actually, I don't know if Hull is going to be a lap down, because
well, I'm showing him a lap down.
Okay.
Green flag, green flag.
For me, it's showing him on the lead lap, but that might... Oh, nope, there it goes. So Brandon Hull, lap 1. We're going to go back racing it here. Fisher, another good restart, and Jacob Crawford going to pull right behind him.
Oh, contact between Brunner and Budzine.
Caution comes out again.
No caution. No caution. How is that even possible? No caution. That is going to hurt the 77 car dramatically right there. He's going to fall way back. Your top 2, Fisher and Crawford, absolutely gone on this restart. A full set of corners ahead of Chris Johnson and John Brunner. And then Jim Butcher in 5th place right there. I'm kind of rolling back to the field to see what's going on. But these guys in the front really starting to go at it. And now Crawford goes to the top side. New leader. That's the 2 car of Jacob Crawford. And I didn't think it would take long for him to get there once he had a little bit of clean track.
We have some contact further back in the pack. Ichkowski, Burnt, and Budzine. And that should cause a caution. We got 2 cars around.
Yeah, that'll fix a couple of things for a couple of drivers right now. Dean Burnt hung up on the infield tractor tire. But let's go back, take a look. They're 3 wide out of 2. Ichkowski was on the bottom. Burnt was right there, and Skinzalewski was right there. And this is just contact galore and a melee, basically. And Burnt got a little feisty getting the car back around. I'm sure he was looking through a couple of red lenses right there, and he parks it up on top of that tractor tire, so that is going to hurt him. He is not going to be able to drive away from that. So this is kind of what Hull needs. He needs a couple more cars to drop out of here, and he'll get a chance to transfer into the feature. It's been a while since that 88 car, or the 99 car, I mean, has missed a feature here at Hales Corners.
Definitely, it is going to be interesting, to say the least. Pace truck going to make his way to pit road, but I think he's going to come right back out. Yep, just taking a little shortcut. The caution gets extended by a lap, and we are going to stay yellow.
He had to make a quick run to that single can drive-through right there.
Yep, definitely. Pace going to make his way back to pit road. Crawford and Fisher going to lead him back green. Green flag back out. Crawford, a great restart. Ryan Fisher going to turn down below Chris Johnson, above Chris Johnson, sorry, my bad. See what he can do. Further back, got a car up and over. I think that's going to be Kip Duggar and Budzine getting into it.
Skinzalewski.
It is indeed. Oh, Skinzalewski, that is my mistake. The cars, from my view, both red. Guilty by association, I must say then, but Budzine actually fighting here for, I think, 6th place it is at this point. They are 3 wide.
That's a lap car down on the inside. That's Brandon
Yes.
Hull. He's off the lead lap, but they were still 3 wide, and he kept picking that left front tire up every time he'd go back to the throttle, and that 77 car just wasn't wanting to make the turn. This time he gets it through 3 and 4 pretty well, and he is going to find himself in the 5th position. Almost lost it. Calamity Corner again this week down here. And I got to wonder, you know, what is on the track down there? Because we saw exactly the same thing in the same spots last week. So I got to wonder what is going on down there. But Jacob Crawford, yeah, he's going to get into lap traffic, it looks like. We're going to have 3 to go, but he is absolutely gone. And caution once again. That is the 99 car of Brandon Hull. I see rolling away slow. Let's go back and see. He and Butcher almost contacting 1 and 2. Budzine's behind that. He goes to the top, he went up, and when Butcher's car bounced, he got up underneath the back of it, and it just looped him around. So that probably seals the deal, and that is going to keep that 99 car out of our feature tonight with just a 2-lap shootout remaining.
Unfortunately for him, indeed. But everybody going to start to get back in order. Going single file this time by, so should keep some of the craziness away. And to go back even to your question about what was going on in turns 1 and 2, you know, I couldn't really tell you. All I can say, though, is the track does get very slick there. And if you're going in slow enough, you are going to get very dangerously close to getting sideways. But the base truck going to make his way off of the track, and Jacob Crawford going to bring them back to the green.
2-lap shootout for this one.
Green, green, green.
Top 8 at the end of it go into the A main. And we're back under green for those 2 laps. It looks like Fisher's going to take a little challenge there from Johnson for just a second for the 2nd position. That didn't materialize, and the white flag comes out. Jacob Crawford gone again. He's going to start deep in the field, but we'll watch the 2 car, see if his fortunes turn around in his sophomore season. Won it last season, but he is having the sophomore slump here this year. He wins the B main. He takes Fisher, Johnson, Budzine, Itzkowski, Butcher, Brunner, and Kip Duggar in his debut will make the transfer to the A main tonight.
So we are going to have a short warm-up here. Going to try to get as many cars out here as going to try and run the bottom in here just a little bit, you know.
Well, let's pay a bill or two real quick. We're
Yep.
going to pay a bill, run a commercial. We'll be back in just a moment. Back in time to run through the starting lineup, Essential Services starting lineup for our feature. Skylar Woods and Sean Judson will start up front. And your second row, going to be Nate Sievert and Tyler Goodwin. Row 3, Cole Duggar and Rob Warren. Scott Bittinger and Randy Brunner in row 5. Row 6, J.J. Schilling and Bo Ambos. Reed Rundle and Peter Brees in row number 6. Jacob Crawford, Ryan Fisher, row 7. Row 8, Chris Johnson, Gary Budzine. Row 9, Jim Butcher and Tony Itzkowski. And your back row, John Brunner and Kip Duggar. You see all 20 cars rolling off. Real quickly, before we get going here, guys, don't forget tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, you'll have Zach back in the booth. He'll be in with Dominic Santina. Dirt Slingers, Monday Night Thunder, 360 Wing Sprint Car season finale for season number 16. A champion will be crowned. Hey, I see Jeff DeWolf from Nebraska. Where are you at in Nebraska, Jeff? Should be a pretty good one. We are ready to go green. 30 laps here tonight. Fairbury, American Legion Speedway. Pro late models for the Hales Corner Speedway Sim Racing Series, and the green flag is about to fall.
Green flag, green flag.
You're at Fairbury. It is showtime. Green flag out here. All these guys get off to a great start. Woods and Judson side by side, still fighting for the win, fighting for the lead here. Sean Judson gonna take the lead after lap 1. He's gonna fall right behind.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Skylar Woods got some cars going around in the back, and the caution comes out.
Is Butcher part of this? I see the 117 car was getting away a little slow there. Yeah, it may have happened right in front of him is why he was getting slow. Yeah, it looked like Itzkowski, maybe the 43 car. Reed Rundle might have been part of it. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye right there.
Yeah, I honestly did not see who was involved in that.
I really think the car just got far enough sideways to trigger the caution. I don't think anybody actually did a whole lot of damage or contact. It just looked like a car was sideways. I saw Rundle's car kind of in the middle of that. I saw a couple other cars. And it looked like they were just stopping so they didn't hit him. So no harms, no fouls. Everybody will get relined. We'll get ready to go again. Still 28 laps remaining.
Yep, everybody gonna get back together, double file, the back of the pack not caught back up.
green,
We're gonna go back into the call here at Fairbury to get caught up. Judson, a great restart. He's gonna blow to the inside of Woods, who disappears a little bit. Contact between Brunner and Goodwin. Goodwin's gonna go up into the wall. Ooh, Ambos gets a piece of Goodwin as well. Last week, Goodwin not having good luck here at Fairbury. Caught up in an incident in his heat. Not sure where he finished exactly in the feature. We got some cars going sideways in the back. We stay green. Judson still, though, out to a good lead. Rob Warren seems to be closing him down at this time. Some more cars sideways on the back straightaway. That's going to be Chkowski, and I'm unsure who the other car is. We're staying green, and that car is about to become a factor here at Fairbury. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the 19 car keeps blinking out, and it's hard to follow him with the camera. But we are on Rob Warren right now. He's running second. And got about 15, 18 car lengths. Your leader is about to be in heavy traffic. He just keeps blinking out, and I can't stay on that car. He keeps blinking because it keeps moving my cameras around. But we're going to watch second and third here. Itzkowski goes a lap down. Jim Butcher will be next on the hit list. He is right there in the middle of the backstretch. Your leader was less than straight away behind him. And caution again. Who's this? Oh, that is Gary Budzine. Gary Budzine to the 77 car. He was in a fight right here. Ambos, Rundle. Looked like Schilling was in there. Looked like Reed Rundle maybe got out of shape off the nose of the 88 car, and that caught the right rear on that 77, turned him into the outside wall. And once you're up onto your turtle shell, you're kind of stuck.
Yep, so a few cars getting around. We are gonna get everybody back in order pretty soon.
Yeah, hopefully it happens pretty quick, or they'll extend the caution one more lap.
I think we are. We also have something. Reed Rundle
Alright,
taking the
man.
tap out.
Like to back on the
Their
pit, no, we're
caution
not
does
going
get
green this time.
extended,
We are
so
not
Rundle
going
going to
green.
move to the back. We're going to have 2 laps to go, or 1 lap to green at the line this time. Everybody's trying to get themselves figured out. 1 to go this time by. Pace truck going to make his way in the pit road. Judson and Warren, your front row. Then it goes Woods and Sievert, that second row Sievert. Ooh, it's going to get close here. We go back to
Runner with a stop.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
And I saw that starting to happen. The 64 car, Randy Brunner, just about came to a stop down here right at the exit of 4, and I don't really know why. Oh, he went to pitch the car and get on the throttle, and the car just spun the tires, and Bittinger got kind of hung up on that deal. He ends up getting turned sideways. That's what caused the caution.
Does indeed, and everybody kind of coming to a slow stop. I like to call this the rolling red flag, when everybody lets the pace car make his way up. And some thing for your knowledge, the restart is certain to be single file now. And a collective decision, so we're gonna go single file on the restarts. Everybody getting themselves figured back out. And the 25 car, actually, Rob Warren is going to be the leader. It is over Racejet is telling Sean Judson to stay behind him. So Rob Warren going to be your leader. Don't know what has happened there with iRacing,
Green,
but
green, green.
Warren brings them to the green. Green flag is out back at Fairbury.
Well, if that caution fell and the 19 car had blinked out, it wouldn't have known where he was, and it would have put the first car that it could recognize at the point, and that's probably what happened. So
Alright, man,
Warren
caution is
didn't
out.
have to
Caution
work
is
for
out.
it. He got around easy. Let's go see, is Brees in this? Who's in this here? Trying to get a look here and see. This happened right in front of these guys, I think. They're down at 3. Oh, right there. There you see it. Well, maybe that wasn't it. I don't know where that came from. Somebody gets sideways enough to trigger another caution and we just can't see the car?
Perhaps that is what happened, as again everybody got to start to get themselves figured out in Fairbury. A difficult track to say the least here. Everybody gonna start to get themselves going again and going green in a few laps time.
We're already working caution number 4 right now as they get ready to go back to green with a single file restart. And now this little bull ring, it's hard on cars, hard on drivers, and it is once again winning the battle.
Definitely gonna make it interesting. Green flag back out. Good restart there for Warren. He's gonna pull just a little bit away. Seeing what everybody's got further back. We're gonna stay green this time. Good restart there from everybody. Contact a little bit further back in the pack. Everybody stays straight. Just a little bit of love tap. Struck back there 3 wide between Brunner, Schilling, and Crawford. Further back, we got some cars going around again in the back, and the caution comes out.
Who was back there and spinning out? Was it?
I think Dean Burnt and somebody else, perhaps.
Okay.
Sorry, not Burnt. Chris Johnson, maybe?
Well, I saw Johnson roll away slow a second ago, so maybe it was Johnson. It doesn't want to keep him where I can get on his car. Yeah, Peter Brees and Chris Johnson. Oh, Bittinger got around again, and Johnson killed him. Nose-to-nose contact, so. Bittinger not having a good feature tonight.
No, he is not. Not unfortunate for Scott there. Everybody gonna start to get themselves going back together, and multitude of cautions so far tonight at the line. We're going to be starting lap 13. This truck makes his way off. Everybody getting back together. Green flag back out here at Fairbury. Good start for Warren. He's going to pull away from the pack. First car down low is going to be the 64 Randy Brunner, seeing what he's got against the 2 of Jacob Crawford. Crawford slowly but surely making his way further up the pack. He's going to come against his teammate Tyler Goodwin, my mistake, up next.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't look now, but that 2 car is slowly but surely moved his way inside the top 6. And 1 or 2 more well-placed cautions, and you may see that number 2 up here chasing the number 25, trying to get the lead away right now. Rob Warren really getting away from these guys. He is in turn 3 and 4, and Judson was barely middle of the backstretch, so 25 got her hooked up pretty good tonight. See if we got enough time for anybody to come and challenge him. He's going to be in lap traffic. We just passed the halfway point, and we catch another caution. That was the 46 of Brunner. Well, let's see if we can figure out what happened here. He's in behind Butcher. He's beside Bidinger again, right in front of Johnson. Up, down in 3 and 4. Car got up over the hump and a little bit slow, and Johnson gets into the left rear, turns him right around. So one retiree that I can see, that's a 77 of Gary Budzine. Still 21 cars, or 19 cars, excuse me. 19 cars out here, and all 19 of them seem to be on to the lead lap still. I thought we had some lap traffic earlier.
We did indeed. Don't know exactly what has happened there. I think maybe a few guys, luck of the draw perhaps, with the blink here and there. Warren, though, brings them back to green, and we are on their way again here at Fairbury. 13 lap to go, 12 at the line. Still seeing what everybody has for each other, and Sievert trying to make a move for the second place spot. It's not going to work. That's going to allow Skylar Woods to get to the top side. Woods on the top side going to move second, and that top side is just the stronger line, and Sievert, knowing from his mistakes, moved back to the bottom. Ooh, Woods and Judson get together. Gonna have a 3-wide battle here in a bit. Oh, contact between
and
Woods and Sievert. We stay green. There's the caution.
Yeah, that started.
Peter Brees upset on the front straightaway as well, due to a fact of that.
Yeah, I think he got into part of this as he tried to roll by it, but Woods got out of shape. Sievert got up underneath him, and then it was just kind of a chain reaction behind that. And it looked like Kip Duggar got into the 22 of Sievert. I don't know what happened to Peter Brees there. He must have lost the car. Later, J.J. Schilling, 70 car, has taken his into the infield and now back out of the infield. So I don't know what happened there. Short track, bull ring racing, and things are going to get crazy. They're definitely going to have to extend this caution. Get everybody back in order. It's really hard when cars start getting spread out as short as this place is. Once you get a caution, for everybody to figure out where they're supposed to be, get in line. So we end up with about 4 or 5 laps of caution rather than just our standard 3. But
green flag, green flag.
Green flag.
Thank you, Mr. Sherfield. Sorry, had somebody that gave us a follow right there, so we love it. Love the followers. Oh, and caution again.
That is John Brunner on his lid in turn 3.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's nothing around him. I'm wondering if he did this one all on his own right here. He did. Went to get on the throttle. Car kind of moved to the right. Got up onto that fence right there where you come onto the racetrack. And the slow roll to get the 46 car upside down. So a rash. I mean, yellow fever broke out here. We went from 4 cautions to 8, and we have not done 5 laps.
Definitely, and unfortunately, that is just how Fairbury is. A lot of cautions, everybody trying to get spots as fast as they can, and going to cause a big pile up of cautions. But got to remember that everybody chose to come to this track. They were not forced to. You know, they picked and decided to run this track.
Gotta love
So
democracy.
Oh yeah, we've got a few more weeks of this track. Skylar Wood's going to bring his car into the infield. Green flag back underway. Warren, a good restart. Judson going to look to the bottom.
Look at
Don't
position
now,
number 4.
Crawford in position number 4. Reading Rogers' mind, he is challenging for that third place spot between Goodwin. Oh, we got cars further back. Reed Rundle was going for a flight, it looked like, in turn 4.
Yeah, let's go see if we can get on to that 43 car here. Fisher and Kip Duggar right there together, and a little bit of a squeeze play there, and then Duggar gets into him and backs it into the fence. Yeah, I got to say, Rundle kind of squeezed Duggar down the backstretch when they got to turn 3. Duggar gave him a little shot in the left rear corner, and it kind of started things, but car high is all I'd have to say in that situation right there.
Unfortunately for that, like you said, I think lights are going to go off on the pace truck here in just a second, but we might see the caution delayed as the pack tries to get caught back up. It does not look like it. We're going to be going back green.
7 laps to go.
Pace truck makes his way in the pit road. 7 laps, like Roger said. We're going to have to see what gets done. Green flag back out here at Fairbury. Good restart once again from Rob Warren. Jacob Crawford further back, looking to challenge for that third spot once again from his teammate Tyler Goodwin. Everybody starting to fan out. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Yep, Cole Duggar, the two rivals here in this car getting together. Everybody keeps it straight. Judson slowly closing back up to Rob Warren in the front of him.
5 laps to go that time by. We're watching the battle for third right here. Goodwin's got it. Crawford wants it. Duggar's right behind. They're both giving chase to Sean Judson, who's trying to run down Rob Warren. That looks like that's maintaining an even amount, but Crawford worked inside in 1 and 2, moved his teammate up the hill. He's trying to use where the grip is at in 3 and 4 to get the third spot. Would like to have a podium run, maybe recover a little bit of points that he has lost the last couple of weeks. And right now, his teammate not giving him 1 extra inch anywhere. 2 to go. Rob Warren still out in front. See if we can stay green to the end right here.
Rob Warren doing a great job up front. Sean Judson closing in on him, though. But Jacob Crawford and Tyler Goodwin putting on a very good battle here. White flag is out for Warren. Very good jumper from Rob Warren early in the race to take the lead. Going to bring it through turn 3 and 4. Rob Warren going to win tonight. Round number 4 of the Hales Corner Speedway Sim Racing Series.
Sean Judson and Tyler Goodwin. Goodwin got him by about 1 car length.
Definitely. So we're going to get your top 3 into the booth real quick.
We will get them set up right there. We'll get ready to do our interviews here. Let's see. Goodwin is down there. I don't see Judson. We'll see if he shows up, but I know Rob Warren is in there. Let's get Tyler Goodwin in here real quick.
User was moved to
Tyler Goodwin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, a great run tonight, man. You had to battle your teammate there at the end. Tell us a little bit about the feature race in that 7 car.
Oh, yeah, it went pretty good, honestly. I mean, the front of the pack really took care of their own. It was a little sloppy, obviously, in between, but overall, it was pretty clean up to the front.
Yeah, it looked like, things kind of changed. The track definitely changed a little bit, but a little rashy caution at the very beginning. Then it kind of smoothed out, started spreading things, but then cautions breeding cautions. And as a driver, you don't get to get in much of a rhythm that way. How hard is it to stay focused and get the job done the rest of the way?
Oh, it's definitely a challenge, yeah, because when we had that very 10-lap span of just caution after caution, it was really hard to get that flow on the top line, especially when the cushion is falling out so quick. You really can't get your car to sit right.
Well, an awesome run, man. You put it on the podium. I'm sure you've got some thank yous, some shout outs before we let you celebrate.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to thank my team at Fit 25 Motorsports, Jacob, Rob. Unfortunately, Drake couldn't make it tonight. I'd like to thank Central Services, Milkman Designs, and thanks for you guys for hosting a great race. Hope to see you guys next week.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we look forward to seeing you back in the street stock next week.
Yes, sir.
Your third place finisher, Tyler Goodwin. Let's. We're not going to get a great view of this car, but it is what it is. We're going to get Sean Judson in here.
User was moved to your
And
channel.
we will indeed. Your second place finisher tonight, Sean Judson. You got a copy. Sean, do you got a copy?
He may have a microphone issue. I'm not sure. He probably just got the setup because he had to be given some permissions when he came into the server. So we may have to circle back to Sean here in just a second, but hopefully he'll get that figured out where he can get his microphone working here before we have to move on and come back.
Yep.
Tools, properties, capture device, and then pick your headset, your microphone, whatever it is you're using there, Mr. Judson, and that should fix you up. Well, we'll wait a second and see, and if not, then we'll circle back to him, and we'll talk to Rob Warren, and then we'll come back to second place and see if Sean gets his stuff fixed. Let's do that. We'll move on. We'll talk to our winner tonight. We'll circle back to Mr. Judson here.
User was moved out of your channel.
Sounds
User
good,
was
and I
moved to
can
your
take
channel.
it away. Your first place finisher on the night, Rob Warren. Do you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
We get it done tonight here at Fairbury. Your first win in the series. If I'm not mistaken, how'd you get it done?
I'm not really sure. This is one of my better tracks, but once I got out into clean air, I figured I could stay up there, so I just kind of got lucky.
Definitely looked to be a very interesting race. Tell me, what line were you picking? You saw some guys jumping to the bottom. You saw some guys jumping onto the top. Where did you feel comfortable to get it done tonight?
Mostly on the top is where I ran most of the race, but towards the end there, I seen that some guys were coming up pretty quick on the bottom, so I switched lanes to the bottom. Usually more comfortable on the bottom side of a track, but you always got to wait to the end for it to come in.
Definitely, and it makes for some interesting racing. You had some challenges there from Sean Judson actually at the start of the race when you two were racing hard and got past him, and then it kind of started to fall back. How fun was the battle was that?
That was pretty good. It's always good or fun battling with guys that are clean racers.
Definitely a good night to say the least for you. Who do you got on the car this week that you want to give thanks to?
Crawford Flooring is one of my sponsors, and the sponsor of the series, Central Services.
Well, we will let you go and celebrate your first place finish tonight with the crew. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
User was moved out
Man, a
of
few
your
words
channel.
to say the very least. Pun intended.
User
Let's see
was
if Sean
moved to your
Judson has
channel.
got his microphone fixed. Sean, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Well, a good run tonight for the 19 car. You started off out front. Eventually, you had to relinquish that spot to the 25. But tell us a little bit about that run in the feature.
Well, if you would have told me that I'd be running top 2 at Fairbury, I would have told you you're mad because I am not great at this track.
Well, the track changed quite a bit, and it looked like you were able to kind of run the top pretty much the whole night, and that's really kind of where the best line is, the setup, with everybody being the same. Did it make it a little easier or to make it a little tougher, making sure that you're able to keep that car in front of others?
A little bit of both. There's some guys in here that are definitely a lot faster than I am. Just, it's pretty much a one-lane racetrack when it's like this. So you just got to try to keep it dead center in that line, and you ain't going to be able to get by it too easy.
Well, an awesome run should help you boost up in the points a little bit, man. Who do you got for shout-outs and thank yous before we let you get out of here?
My team, Team Outlaw, Cole Duggar, Kip Duggar, Scott, AJ, all those guys that watch me. KDC Photography, Juddy Designs, Beard Tube, Beard Oil, you for putting on the broadcast, Central Services for hosting the league.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting. Look forward to seeing you back in the street stocks next week.
Thank you.
User was moved
Second
out of
place
your
finisher,
channel.
Sean Judson. Let's look at our official results. Warren wins it. Judson was second. Tyler Goodwin third. Then Jacob Crawford in fourth. Cole Duggar fifth. Randy Brunner brings it home sixth tonight. Good run for the 64 car. Ryan Fisher in seventh. Scott Bittinger eighth. Chris Johnson, after a rough start to his evening, he brings it home inside the top 10 in ninth. J.J. Schilling brings the car into the pits and back out late. I'm not sure why, but he finishes 10th. Reed Rundle 11th. Jim Butcher 12th. Kip Duggar in his debut 13th tonight. That is the father of the driver of the 11 car, Cole Duggar. Tony Itzkowski in 14th. Bo Ambos 15th. Nate Siebert was 16th. Skylar Woods 17th. Peter Brees finishes 18th. 19th went to John Brunner, and 20th to Gary Budzine. Well, final thoughts tonight, Zach, before we head out and get ready for tomorrow night's DSRO
Well, it was
race.
definitely, yeah, it was definitely an interesting night. A lot of cautions, unfortunately, marred the race, but that's what's going to happen at a small ring, like you said. So we're going to be interested to see what happens in the next few days, future-wise, getting everybody back up speed. And, of course, I got to say, make sure to keep your eye out, like you said, tomorrow, DSRL, Dirt Slingers Racing League, 8 p.m. Central Time. Don't know what that is for anybody else, but, we're going to crown a champion tomorrow night. So that's going to be definitely interesting. And, a week from now, street stocks at Knoxville for us. It's definitely going to be an interesting race as well, but definitely a good race tonight, and very excited to see what's going to happen later on.
Well, it was a pretty good one. A little bit sloppy with some cautions, but you're going to get that at Bull Rings next week. We'll probably see nothing but green flag racing when they head for Knoxville. I enjoy coming to the series, watching these guys. They're all usually pretty clean, pretty good. So I look forward to seeing that. We got 2 weeks of that in a row as we pass Thanksgiving and start heading towards Christmas. Should be pretty exciting. But that is going to do it for us here tonight. Don't forget tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, Dirt Slingers. Monday Night Thunder, 360s, like Zach said. He'll be in the booth with Dominic Santina. Be sure you tune in, say hi in the chat. Don't forget, come by the Facebook page, The Dirt Racing Network. Like, share, and follow. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate everybody that tuned in and watched. We know you guys can watch this stuff anywhere but you choose to watch it here, and that makes us very happy. We hope you enjoyed the show. Till we see you the next time. For